good morning. It's 7:03 on this Friday, August 2nd. It's time to head to Studio B for Coleman and Company.
Hello, everybody. Welcome on a fantastic Friday. Glad to have you with us, and we're glad to be on the air for Wilson Bank and Trust this morning. And we have not one but two people here to do the commercial today. Jennifer Whitener is here. Jennifer, good morning to you.
Good morning.
And Jennifer is the in-school coordinator, and we have Sheila. Sheila, help me out.
Grewing.
Sheila Grewing with us today. And you are a branch administrative officer.
That's correct.
Whatever that means. But we're glad to have you as well.
Happy to be here.
The two of you work together some?
We do some, yes.
Okay. Well, Jennifer, get us started here. As in-school coordinator, you get to participate with a lot of school children in starting their banking early, right?
Yes. I coordinate all the efforts in our more than 70 schools with our in-school banking. We have a school bank program in elementary schools, and then we have a campus prep program in our middle schools where students can make deposits into their very own savings accounts right at school. And Sheila is one of our best reps.
I think it's a fantastic opportunity for children and for parents.
Well, school started for the most part here yesterday. Today,
yes.
This is the second day of school, and they're probably already waiting for you to come.
I know. We'll be in those schools in the next couple of weeks. We're sending out all of our materials so parents can start signing up their children.
Well, you were telling us off the air here, this is not only in Wilson County, but in, I guess, every county where Wilson Bank has a presence.
Yes. Throughout our footprint, we sure are. Yes, it's great.
And how many schools altogether?
More than 70. Mm-hmm.
Well, it all started here, I think.
It did. Our first one was in Sam Houston School, yes, almost 20 years ago.
Well, now, you haven't been doing this for 20 years yourself.
No, I've been doing it almost 5 years.
Yeah. Do you enjoy this?
I love it. I'm a former educator, and to be able to still go into the schools and work with schools and plus be able to get this financial literacy out there and to be able to see the children just smile when they get to see Miss Sheila and all the other reps coming in there is just wonderful.
You feel the same way, Sheila?
Absolutely. It'll be 18 years in December that I've been participating with school banking.
Oh, wow.
So I've seen some children grow up.
and no doubt a lot of those will become future Wilson Bank and Trust customers.
We hope so. We hope the experience has been so good that they definitely don't want to go anyplace else.
Yeah. You've got a school-related project at the bank right now I think you want to talk about.
Yes, we do. We have our teacher supply drive going on right now through August 8th. You can come into any of our branches and purchase a bag of teacher supplies for $20. And we're going to have a pickup day where teachers can come in on August 17th at select branches and pick up a free bag of supplies. Teachers have to pay for so much out of their own pocket throughout the school year, and we wanted to help teachers out.
Now, is this going on at all of the branches?
Yes, all of the branches you can go in and purchase the bag of supplies, but we will have select branches for the teachers to come in and pick up.
Is this the first year you've done that, or is this in the past?
We started this last year, and it was so successful that we decided to do it again this year.
Mm-hmm. And so you've got through the 8th, and today is the 2nd.
Yes, sir.
So
got through the 8th to come in and purchase a bag.
$20.
Yes, sir.
All right. What else you got for us today?
We just wanted to make sure that we got the word out there for parents to sign up their children, and that those first days of banking will start the week of August 12th.
Well, I guess we should say, I mean, this is an optional thing. No one has to participate.
No.
But the fact that you have your presence there and an opportunity, there's an opportunity for them to learn to save. And this is strictly for savings, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. You begin a savings account, and then
Correct.
you add to it, I guess, on a regular basis, mostly when you come, or how does that work?
Well, it's offered to pre-K through 8th graders because it's elementary school through middle school. And at the middle schools, we go once a month and ask them to come into an office once a month. So they're making 2 deposits during the month. And at the elementary schools, we try to go every other week. Sometimes it doesn't work out because of fall break, spring break, all of that. But regular opportunity.
You've been doing this for 18 years, you said?
That's correct.
And the program is 20 years old?
19 years old this year. We'll make it to 20.
Did you start at the very beginning or just right after?
No, the program was already in effect when I started with the bank. But when I found out about it, I said, when can I sign up? How soon? So I started in November and started doing school banking in January.
Wow. And still going strong.
Oh, it's my passion. Really enjoy.
All right. One more time, Jennifer, about the $20 teachers. This is like a gift that people can make for education, really.
Absolutely. Like I said, teachers have to pay so much out of their own pockets for school supplies to supplement all the things that they do get from their students, but there's just so much more that they need for their classrooms. So anyone can come in and help those teachers by just coming in and purchasing a bag for $20. And then we'll have a pickup day on August 17th for teachers in select branches.
Right. And you've got through August the 8th.
Yes, sir.
To actually do this.
August the 8th.
Okay. Well, thank you all for being with us today. It's good to hear about the school program. Jennifer Whitener, in-school coordinator, and Sheila Gruing, who is has the title of branch administrative officer, but evidently you do several things.
That's correct.
Glad to have you both. Wilson Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender, still here, still independent, still committed to you. Excellence in banking since 1987. We are 10 minutes after 7 o'clock, and Senator Mark Pody is here, and we welcome you, Senator, to another program this morning.
Coleman, it's great to be here, and thank you so much for last week. I'm going to tell you that we had the commissioners here, of course, and you got to talk with them on air, and then after that we went to the airport. And I want to tell you, somebody showed up at the airport, and they said, we heard you on Coleman. And so we came right over there. And she's so sweet, and she's one of our commissioners, and she said, that's exactly how I get my information. So she came over there, but I appreciate you doing it. And a shout out to the city, to the mayor for allowing us to have it there in the airport, and Heather Bay for being there and letting us and hosting it for the commissioners as well.
Did you take them to all the counties where you represent people? Did you make some of them?
I did. We went up to Macon County, so we actually flew from here to Macon County. Then we flew down to DeKalb County into Smithville, and then we drove over to Carthage, and then we came back. And that was a full day. I will tell you, we didn't get back till late at night.
I hope you didn't wear them out, but they're probably used to some long days as well as you.
They let me know that it wasn't normal for them to quite be as many counties as we did and everything that we got to do. But it was a really good day because ag is our number one industry in Tennessee and tourism's number two. And they're very committed, as the governor is, to reaching out to rural as well as growing counties like Wilson County and seeing what we can do to continue to support them.
Well, what do you feel, other than meeting people and getting some input that way, what else did you accomplish?
All right, so as for example, the ag commissioner would be saying, there are things that they can team up with the state for, like agritourism, for small farmers to say, what can we do? How can we make more money from our farm, or what can we do locally, whether it be farmers markets and so forth. Also, he went through a lot of people who were interested in the hemp and growing hemp. And we had a lot of tobacco farmers that actually came in and said, we're not doing tobacco anymore. It's gone. But what can we do on a small piece of property in our old tobacco patches? And if they're used to doing tobacco, hemp is a lot of the same type of growing. It's a lot of work. It's labor intensive. It's not just like, corn or soybeans. This is a lot of hand labor. So he was going through what's available and where we can possibly do processing, where we can actually have processors set up throughout the different counties and such, and what would be appropriate. So I think there was a lot of people taking notes on that.
It used to be said that growing tobacco was a 13-month-a-year job. In other words, there was some overlap there, and there could be, honestly. And there was so much. Everybody just about had a little acreage allotment to grow tobacco back in the 50s and 60s. And, of course, we've gotten away from that. But do you see great potential for hemp there?
I think we're going to go through a cycle of a lot of people getting into it. However, once they understand how much actual work, because you've got to cut it, you've got to dry it, it's got to be treated so well. There's a lot of people, there's thousands of people that got the application to actually allow themselves to grow it. However, I don't know if everybody understands how much work is involved. And if you've done tobacco, you know how much work there is.
Yeah, well, I have a little. And I know that there used to be allotments. You could only, and in fact, they would come out and measure your tobacco to make sure you didn't plant more than you were supposed to. Would the same be true with hemp, or do you know yet?
Yes, you do by so many acres and such, and go for there. And it doesn't cost much. It's only a few $100s to get the application to do it. And Tennessee is encouraging as many people want to do it to go ahead and grow it and get these allotments. And they had it closed, but they reopened the application process for people to do it. Again, we're just in the infancy stage of what it is, but Tennessee is in a great spot as far as our weather and soil to grow hemp. And
not to be confused with marijuana.
Not to be confused with marijuana at all. No.
It's still illegal.
That's exactly right. But for hemp, it has a lot of potential. And, some manufacturers are using it to make their seats for car seats. So there's a lot of different things that you can do with that plant.
Okay, we've already come to the time for a break here, but Senator Mark Pody is here, and we're going to get a lot more discussed after we take this break here on Coleman and Company, FM 98.
And it's now 7:14. Let's see what's happening on the roadways. Thanks, Absolute Kubota and Rental. They have a large inventory of new and used Kubota mowers, RTVs, tractors, hay equipment, and more. Come in Saturday. Free popcorn. Check out the new Kubota products. 1325 West Main. Now at traffic. Here's Chuck.
Good morning. Watching traffic volume really pick up now. Here we go. 24 as you come up through the Hickory Hollow area there, coming in from Murfreesboro, wrapping up that box truck that caught fire. They're still on the scene there on 40 westbound in Cheatham County, right at the 191 mile marker. And the police are still out here with a wreck. 2200 block of Whites Creek Pike there in Trinity Hills, Gallatin Pike at Liberty. That looks like a two-car collision. Princess Hot Chicken is the original hot chicken. Check it out this weekend, 5814 Nolensville Pike. I'm Commander Chuck. You're on time traffic.
You make plans for just about everything for the weekend, for a shopping trip, for your daughter's wedding, but do you have a financial strategy for the rest of your life? Now may be the perfect time to do it. Waypoint, your future, your way. For more information, call the Lebanon office of Waypoint Financial Partners at 615-444-6548. Securities and investment advisory services offered through AXA Advisors, LLC. 212-314-4600. Member FINRA SIPC.
She's taken care of you your whole life. Now it's your turn to take care of her. But with a family of your own and other responsibilities, there just aren't enough hours in the day. That's why it might be time to call the Pavilion Senior Living. From bathing, dressing, housekeeping, and meals, the Pavilion Senior Living is committed to being senior living you can trust for your loved one. Find out more at pavilionseniorliving.com or call 444-5556. That's 444-5556.
Coleman and Company, Senator Mark Pody is here this morning, and I don't know whether we were supposed to say you're paying for this time or not, but you are, and we welcome you whenever, of course, during the legislative session, we offer that time, and you wanted a little more, so you got it. But
and Coleman, one of the things that I think is important is for me to stay in touch and tell people what's going on. Even like today, I'll be at the Chamber. I'll be there at 8 o'clock this morning. And I want to give a shout out to Melanie at the Chamber. They do such a great job. They're so active in making the Chamber not just a building, but a place for people to meet and know what's going on in the community as well. So I'll be at the Chamber at 8 to listen to anybody that has concerns, so they don't have to call me on the phone. They can talk to me in person, or they don't have to go to Nashville. And a show like this, again, to tell people what's going on. Even though we're not in session, I think it's important that we keep people current. Yeah. And like one of the things that's coming up is we're now able to go and get our real ID. And that means that everybody's got their driver's license, and it's good for 8 years. However, in 2005, not long after all this stuff was going on with 9/11, the feds passed a law, and it said that everybody is going to eventually have to have a special ID, actually a special star on the driver's license if they want to go into a federal building. And even here in Nashville, if you want to go into a federal building starting October 1st of next year, 2020, if you don't have this star, you won't be able to get in that federal building unless you have a passport with you, which is crazy, I feel, for Americans that can't get in their own government buildings. But it also is going to say you can't get on a domestic flight. So if I want to get on a flight to fly from here to Dallas or California, I won't be able to get onto a flight without a passport unless I have this real ID, and that's a star on my driver's license. So right now, it'll be free if you're renewing your license. There's no charge or anything like that. But if you're not renewing and you want this before October 1st of next year, it's going to cost you like $8. You just got to go to the driver's license station, bring your Social Security or Social Security card, your original card, or you can bring a passport, something of a federal ID, and they'll give you the real ID on your driver's license.
But unless you're renewing, it's $8.
$8, yes.
What have you? We haven't heard a lot about this, but for those that have, has there been much flack, much complaining?
There is, and a lot of it is, we don't. And as Tennesseans, we're one of the last states to do this.
Yeah.
Okay, I mean, it started in 2005, and we put it off. I just hate having more steps and having to give more people, even if it's the government, more access to our information and so forth. So I was one of them that was dragging my feet on it to put this off to the last possible minute. However, there's the state saying that we're not sharing all this information with the federal government. They're going to keep it in state, and I understand that. But if it's filed somewhere, I always feel it can cross borders one way or the other. But that's been the biggest complaint. And then, it is going to be waiting in line to get this at the driver's license station. So it's going to be a little bit more traffic there, and the traffic there and the wait lines are already bad. So I don't care for that, although we worked with Terry Ash, and he's the Department of Safety, of course. He's one of the assistant commissioners, and they're working to make sure that they have adequate people there to take this extra load of people coming in to get the real ID.
Well, you said that you've got to have this by October 2020.
2020.
October 1.
Yep.
So would you suggest maybe you go ahead and do it now, that the lines will even be longer as the date approaches?
I would suggest you do it early, the longer it gets in there. And I don't know when the peak times are, but whenever you think a slow time is at the driver's license station, that's when I'd be going to get that done. Or if you just happen to be going by, kind of on your checklist, put it in, I need to stop in.
Well, if you have what you need, I tell you that it's not a long process.
That's correct. It's not. But it is something we're going to have to do. And I've got to do it as well. I've not done it either, but I need to do it.
Yeah. Okay, let's move to something else.
Well, I want to tell you that my daughter just got back from a missions trip, and, she's doing something called the Tough Mudder in Watertown. That's going to be coming up in a couple months. It's a 3-mile run, but you got a lot of obstacle courses and things like this. And so she's got me doing this as well, and one of her kids. So it's going to be 3 generations doing it. And she asked me what I'm doing for my training on this Tough Mudder, And I told her, I said, I started this program right now. It's one of these water exercises. I said, I turn the shower on and I fight that water every morning.
You sound like you're not in it to win it.
I said, Amy, I will finish the course. Whatever it takes, I'll finish the course. Just have the lights on at the end of the night, okay? But I'll finish. But I did go to the Chick Chain. And, Coleman, these kids that do the 4-H, and it was down here. Oh, really? And they do a great job. And there was a lot of people. And I'm telling you, people down there, Clark Boyd was down there, and just try and support the kids. Mm-hmm. And now I bought chickens again, all right? So I always have chickens and I have eggs, and that's why I give eggs away, and I love the fresh eggs and such, but it's all about helping the kids. They learn this, they take care of their animals, and it's something that we're losing if people don't know where they...
This has been going on for years and years. I think it goes back maybe to either in the 50s and 60s. I'm not sure about that. If it's not this, it was something similar, if my memory's right. But it's a great opportunity.
Absolutely. Now, I got 6 counties, so I rotate where I get my chickens, okay? So, I got in Wilson County this time, so I won't be getting in Wilson County next year. But it is a great cause of what we do.
Yeah.
Something else that happened is the robocalls. And you and I talked about robocalls about a year ago. I said that was one of the pieces of legislation I was going to be working on, and we said there wasn't a lot we could do at a state level, but the feds have turned around and passed some legislation now that's going to be holding the like AT&T a little bit more accountable on stopping it. So we weren't able to stop the people breaking the law, and a lot of them were out of India or out of foreign country. You can't do it. So I'm hoping by the end of this year, with the new laws that are put in, it should slow down some of the robocalls that I get, and I think everybody else gets that's on a cell phone. But if starting next year we continue to get them, please call my office, because we're going to be turning them in, and it's going to be almost starting a new day of these robocalls that we're going to be able to start holding these companies a little bit more responsible and accountable for all of us getting these robocalls. So that'll be going out. We also have something coming in Nashville, and typically we have a trip throughout the country where state legislators get together, and it's called the NCSL. It's the National Conference of State Legislators, and it's where we kind of sit down and say, hey, here's what we're doing in Tennessee, New Jersey, and all the states, all the legislators kind of compare what's going on. That's in Nashville this year, so they're all coming next week to be in Nashville, and I'll be down at Nashville, and it's a great way for us to be talking to different states, and sometimes I say, hey, here's what other states are saying about Tennessee, or here's what we're hearing. And this is where I actually get this information, and normally I go wherever they are, but this time they're coming to Tennessee, which is going to be awesome. Another thing that's happened is in the House, they actually elected in a caucus a new potential speaker, and it'd be Cameron Sexton, and he's over from Crossville, which isn't far. And I came in, and so he was elected the same time I was in the House. So that's going to be something, because the end of this month, or actually on August 23rd, is when that's going to be held. We got to go in for a special session to do that.
What do you expect out of this special session? And I mean, is this going to be a pretty peaceful takeover and this sort of thing? Or?
I believe so. Right now we have
the worst has already occurred, apparently.
That's correct. So right now the new speaker, as of today, is Bill Dunn. And Bill is a great guy. I know him. I've known him for a long time. He's out of Knoxville, and he's a very honest and stable individual. There's not going to be any kind of scandals or anything like that. No headlines. He just does his job. So he'll be holding this until the actual election. I think it's only going to be a special session for one day, and that'll be on August 23rd. We'll go in, we'll roll call. The House will do their voting, and then we'll be done for the day. So that's coming up. And then the last thing I got, Coleman, is the heartbeat bill. And Coleman, I tried hard this year to actually pass that on the Senate floor. I actually bumped into a lot of my colleagues, and I know I got some of them upset. I'm very passionate about it, and I pushed hard.
For those who might not know exactly what we were talking about, what is the heartbeat bill?
It basically says that when an expectant mother and she's thinking about having an abortion, we're saying it underneath certain circumstances, and for example, if there's a heartbeat, that is a life. You cannot kill that life, and we're going to treat that life as a human being, and therefore you cannot have an abortion. And it's confirmed that there's life when there's a heartbeat detected in that ultrasound.
Okay, so it's pretty simple. If there's a heartbeat, no abortion.
That's exactly right.
Okay.
And so we are working hard to get that passed. Other states have already passed it, and we know it's going to be challenged in court. We know it's going to end up, a lot of different arguments are going to go around with this, and eventually it'll end up in the Supreme Court. But sooner or later, we believe that Roe v. Wade is going to be overturned, or it's going to be re-argued in the Supreme Court. And this is going to be a path for us to get there, to do that.
Do you feel that, is that really what this is? It's designed to do away with abortion if there's a heartbeat. I mean, that's but the whole thing too is to get this to the Supreme Court to overturn Roe v. Wade, isn't it?
Yes, at least to overturn Supreme Court ruling. It's not uncommon. We've done that over 230 times already. 230 times it's been laws have been overturned. So it's not like it's a rare thing. It does happen on a fairly regular basis. So we just think this is one of the times that they're going to say, with the new technology, with having to say that is DNA that they can determine is a separate human being, and it's alive, that it's going to be entitled to the constitutional amendments that we have, that's going to be entitled to all the rights of any other individual in America.
How do you feel your constituents are they mostly with you on this?
Overwhelmingly. And this crosses party lines. This is not just Republicans and Democrats. I have even a lot of Democrats that say, Mark, I don't agree with you on a lot of things you say and do and such, but on that one, I guess I will. And I have very, very, very high numbers on this piece of legislation. So we're working hard. There's going to be a summer study. It's going to be on the 12th and the 13th. So we're going in. The 12th is going to be a week from Monday. And we'll be kind of having a prayer meeting down at the Capitol and a rally at 12 o'clock on the 12th. Anybody wants to come, we're asking them to wear red, come on down. And then the actual committee meeting will start at 1 o'clock. We'll be giving testimony all afternoon. And then at Music City Baptist Church here that evening, we're going to be having another rally here in Wilson County. That's at 109 and 70. And then we'll be going back on Tuesday and finishing up on Tuesday to hear this testimony. There's people flying in from all over the country to testify, both in favor and against this piece of legislation. But it'll be a 2-day summer study that we're having. There's not going to be technically any votes. We're not in session. There's nothing formal that way that's going to go, but we're hoping the committee members will have enough information to make their decision to pass this out in January.
All right, so this is some preliminary work and information gearing toward when the legislature convenes in January.
That's correct. This is the time, though, that the committee members, they're going to have plenty of time to ask all their questions. There's not going to be any hurry, any rush. This is the only thing we're going down there to talk about and to do. And we're asking for your prayers. We're asking for your support and such. This is a huge opportunity for us to move this case forward.
Well, we are about out of time here, but you're going to the Chamber of Commerce on the square. Be there at what time? 8
o'clock. Yep. So from here, that's where I'm headed next. And Melanie's always, her staff, Tanya, everybody there are so awesome. They're doing a great
job. How long are you there? As long as you got people want to see you, or you got an allotted time?
I'm usually there for just over an hour. Okay. But if somebody else wants to keep talking, I'll be there till as long as they're talking, I'm listening. Okay.
All right. Well, thanks for being with us this morning. We appreciate having you and the information you have provided. Senator Mark Bodie, and we'll see you next time, whenever that is. Thank you. That's part one of Coleman and Company. Keep it here for more. FM 98.9.
And it's now 7:30. Let's see what's happening on the roadways. Thanks to Bates Ford and the low price tire guarantee on all tires every day. Up to 30 days after the sale, there'll be any competitor's pricing on the tires they sell. 1673 West Main. Now in traffic, here's Chuck.
Good morning. As they fill out paperwork on that wreck up north 65, it's northbound before you get to Vietnam Vets. Of course, the heaviest flow right now coming through Madison is the southbound traffic flow on 65. Working your way down to Trinity Lane. They're moving a wreck right now, 2200 block of Whites Creek Pike and Trinity Hills. Traffic still heavy, but moving on 24 coming in from Rutherford County. Get the lowest prices on most of your airline tickets. Smart Fares save you 70% off. Call 1-800-915-2544. I'm Commander Chuck, your on-time traffic.
Someday you may wake up and think, uh-oh, I'm running out of time to do something about retirement. Waypoint Financial Partners can help you do something now that may provide a solid future for you and your family. Waypoint, your future, your way. For more information, call the Lebanon office of Waypoint Financial Partners at 615-444-6548. Securities and investment advisory services offered through AXA Advisors, LLC, 212-314-4600. Member FINRA, SIPC.
Hey, Mom, I just love helping to make our customers' dreams come true.
Yes, Medina, I agree. Our job is real estate, but our business is building relationships.
We want to understand what real estate needs you are really looking for.
Yes, and after the deal is done, we will always be there in the future when you need us.
Serving the Middle Tennessee area for over 25 years. Don't make a move without us.
Call Judy Cox or Medina Himmentoller at Exit Rocky Top Realty. C&D Team, 443-3130.
Head coach Mike Vrabel's in year number 2 with talent on defense.
It's intercepted! Kevin Myers! Darrell Casey! First John Landry with the sack!
Join us right here as the Titans battle in the AFC South Division. Never miss a minute of the action with the voice of the Titans, Mike Keith, and Coach Dave McGinnis on this Titans radio station.
Your exclusive home for the Titans. Real Country 98.9.
Happy Friday. We're looking at a very sunny start to your weekend, but of course, this time of year doesn't come without the heat. Highs will top out at right around the 90-degree mark. If you're going to be out and about tonight, no weather worries to slow you down. We'll see mainly clear skies overnight with lows dipping into the upper 60s. That's your forecast. I'm meteorologist Nisa Lomax.
Coleman and Company, welcome to part 2. Here on a Friday morning, we're ready to talk with the C&D team about the C&D team of Exit Rocky Top Realty. We've got Miss Judy, we've got Medina here. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Miss Judy, how are you?
Doing great. It's Friday.
Yeah.
Ready for a big weekend.
And Medina Hemmentoller, who you look, y'all ever get twins?
About every day.
And sisters, and I just tell them she's my older sister.
And then I kick her in the shin.
That's
true. We've talked about C&D Realty for years, and they became the C&D team of Exit Rocky Top Realty. Soon be 2 years, I guess.
It was 2 years in July.
Oh, it was. Okay.
So,
anyway, you're same location on West Main Street, same great people, same great service. Somebody answers the phone 24/7, and they're people you can trust. And Medina always says,
don't make a move without us.
But you know, it's been a really good 2 years with Exit. We've always been mom and pop, and we're still mom and pop, but we have international connections now, worldwide and United States. So that's been a real help for us, because a lot of times we have people in Lebanon that's going to move. We've got somebody right now that's got a parent that had passed away, and they've got land in Mississippi. And we can refer that out to an Exit Mississippi agent, and it works out really good. That way we can stay part of the transaction, so we know what's going on with their land, but we're not actually in Mississippi. So it makes it great.
To kind of summarize, you're better connected.
That's exactly right. And you just have so many contacts with all the agents across the country.
Yeah.
So it works out really well. But we've been very pleased for the last 2 years, for everything that's occurred.
Well, what you got a listing you want to
Well, I was going to talk to you about a listing on Crowell Lane. It's got 5.1 acres with it, and the house is 3 bedrooms and 3 full baths. And it's got an in-ground saltwater pool, and everything on the pool is all brand new. It's a great location right there on Crowell Lane, because the house sits back off the road. You got your privacy, and to have 5 acres in the city limits now is pretty unusual. And that house is reduced to $479,900, which is a great price, under $500,000 for 5 acres with that kind of home and a pool. And it's very private back there. You don't see other houses. You got a nice tree line. You can sit in your backyard and be very private.
Yeah.
So that one is, and we're going to be having open house on that one, not this Sunday, but the next Sunday. Okay.
Right.
And then we have an open house this Sunday at 2401 West Clay Drive, which is off of Horn Springs Road in Hancock Place. And it's 3 bedrooms. It could be 4. It has an office, and it's 3.5 baths. It's a corner lot. It's a very private backyard. It has the tile. It has the carpet. It has hardwood floors. The gourmet kitchen with your double ovens. It has a master suite with a walk-in tile shower. It has a covered back porch, a fenced-in backyard. A corner lot, excuse me.
Yes.
It don't have a yacht. It's a lot.
Not yet.
Not yet. And, it's a 1-street subdivision. So, and of course it's a cul-de-sac as well, but it's got a new price at $529,900. So, these people have already, purchased another house, so they're ready for this one to move and get a new family for it, but it's all brick. It's a beautiful home. It has all the bells and whistles. So if you're looking for something in town, but you don't feel like you're right in town, and it's close to Friendship Christian if you're wanting to go to Friendship, so it's at 5299 on 2401 West Clay Drive.
All right. If you want more information, want more with Medina or with Miss Judy, 615-443-3130.
That's right.
And we've got one also that's just gotten reduced on Green Lawn, and it's 4 bedrooms and 2 baths, and it's reduced to 2049. So on Green Lawn Street, and it's a fixer-upper. So we got that one for sale also.
Right there off West Main Street.
Right off West Main. And we want to remind everybody, and we'll be talking more about the Wilson County Fair. It's the year to celebrate, so we're ready to celebrate at the cabin.
We're always ready to celebrate.
We celebrate every day.
And you're going to have boys and girls bicycle
Yes,
to be
we're going to be
given
giving away a boys and girls bicycle and $500 cash once you come by and register. And, of course, we'll have the moon pies for everybody, and come and get your fair food and sit down on the front porch, or come in and eat at the air-conditioned tables and everything.
Bring your food.
Bring your food. We don't cook. You got to bring your own food. All we got is moon pies. People go, what are you having? I'm like, no, we don't cook.
Well, I'm interested to know what you're going to have to count, or what
we're going to tell you that next week.
Oh,
we're going to reveal that next week, what we're
right.
counting for the year of the sheep and the year of the celebration.
But you've had different things over the years. It's not always the same thing.
Oh, no.
And they're not always the same size, and so it's hard to figure out.
We always try to get something that's going to make it difficult. I don't want to make it easy for anybody.
And remember, Granny's the only one that knows.
Yeah.
How many
because
there
we've had
is.
everything from beans to rubber bands to whatever. So I don't know.
Well, a good reason to be listening next week, because we'll all find out
We'll
at the
let
same
you
time.
know what we're counting next week. I think Mike will be here next week, and so we'll let him reveal the big secret.
All right. Well, thank you all for being with us. Have a great weekend and a great week, and we'll do it again next Friday.
And just call us if you're ready to list, buy, sell, build, whatever you want to do with real estate.
And remember, don't make a move without us.
All right. See you next time.
Bye-bye.
Oh, that's it for C&D team of Exit Rocky Top Realty. We're about 20 minutes, actually we're 21 minutes away from the 8 o'clock hour. Let me remind you of this. WANT is now archiving every Coleman & Company show online. You go to WANTFM.com, scroll down the page a little, and you click on the link that says Details underneath Coleman & Company. It'll take you to a page with a link that says Click here to listen to previous interviews. The shows are posted each weekday morning about an hour after they air, which means by 9 o'clock they ought to be there for you. All right, Tom Loftus is here as my guest this morning. Tom, good morning to you.
Good morning, Coleman.
You got a couple of people that you brought here, and a special reason for all of this. And we can't have you here all the time for all that you do and are involved in with the Good Wheel Cruisers. But we got a special occasion this morning, and you got your loud and obnoxious T-shirt on. I don't know whether that's good or bad, but good morning again.
Good morning, Coleman. Yes, sir, I was with the Good Wheel Cruisers, but now I am loud and obnoxious.
Well, okay. I noticed your T-shirt, but I didn't get the connection.
Yes, sir. That's our new car club we started in July. Which the Goodwill Cruisers, they're still doing the great things, but we decided that it would be better to have two car clubs that could raise funds for different folks than just one. So that's what we did. We kind of merged and changed the name a little bit.
Loud and obnoxious.
Yes, sir.
Well, that gets your attention, to say the least.
Well, somebody said I was loud and obnoxious, and we was laughing and made fun. Me and my wife and my daughter decided that would be a great name because people could remember it. And if I've got to be loud and obnoxious to raise funds for these sick kids, I'll have to just do that, you know.
Well, we got one we're working for this morning, right?
Yes, sir. What I was hoping is JD, which you know is a firefighter who had the motorcycle accident a few weeks back. I tried to get trophies for that to do it. I want to do it really soon, but I can't get any trophies. So what I'm doing is I'm building trophies out of old car parts, things like that, homemade trophies. I was hoping to have a date set for that by today, but we really don't because the Wilson County Fair, we don't want none of that, you know, because everybody goes through the fair, and I want a good turnout. So we're going to do a show for JD. It's going to be probably in September at some time. And by then I should have all the trophies made. But, I wanted to come on here and tell everybody what we're doing down to the Snow White Drive-In.
Okay. JD, help me out here.
JD's the firefighter.
His last name. We're drawing a blank, all of it. Well, we're all in the same boat here.
Well, JD's been with the fire department for a long, long time. As you know or may not know, he had a motorcycle accident up on, I think it was on High Street. From what I understand, he's lost his eye, and it messed his leg up and stuff, and he probably won't be able to be a firefighter anymore. So we decided, Sandra and Mark and I decided that we was going to do some kind of fundraiser for him, and we need to probably do it, I would like to do it pretty quick before the weather gets too cold. And then I hit up my trophy supplier, and they can't do anything for 3 months. And then, in 3 months, it's going to be in October, and things are going to be kind of shutting down. So I've hit up a lot of my car friends who has auto repair businesses and went and raided their scrap pile and things like that. And we're making homemade trophies. You can get on the Loud and Obnoxious Facebook page and see some of those. I've got 21 made right now. I'm going to make 50 before I'm done.
Oh, wow.
So, it's just something I like to do because you take the firefighters, they risk their life to go into a burning house or whatever to save your family's life or my family's life or whatever. I have a lot of respect for the first responders.
Yeah.
And that's the reason why I want to do it, because I really believe that we should give back to the community when we can and where we can. And that's just what we want to do.
All right. So Tom Loftus now with Loud and Obnoxious.
Yes, sir.
And he's got a T-shirt to prove it.
Yes, sir.
But you've got two people here we want to meet. You mentioned it, but Mark and Sandra Moore are with us here this morning. And you're really the new owners of Snow White, right?
We are.
Well, but you sort of, I understand, kept it in the family. You're part, Sandra, you're part of the family, all right?
Absolutely. Billy was my brother. My mom, Ann, has had Snow White. My sister, Edie. My brother, Billy, decided to retire. And Mark and I wanted to make sure it stayed in the family. So we stepped in and we bought Snow White.
Yeah. Well, I know y'all been a good advertiser here for a long time. And Mark, good morning to you as well.
Good morning.
I don't remember. I don't think you've been here before.
I have not. I'm sort of new to the area.
Really?
So, yeah.
Well, are you new to the Snow White business?
Yes, sir, I am. I'm a truck driver by trade, so it was a little bit out of my wheelhouse, but I've always barbecued real well. And so,
when are you out of the truck driving business?
I am. I retired from Walmart after 27 years.
Okay. So you're the owner and part of the operation of Snow White now, along with Sandra.
Sandra kept her full-time job. So I'm there sort of overseeing, and everything has pretty much stayed the same. We've kept it. Edie's still cooking the plate lunches and everything, and Patty's still managing the store, but I'm there for the muscle and the moral support and the gopher.
We got to go to a break here, but the connection here really is, Tom, you've had a good partnership and a good association with Snow White to have a lot of events and so on.
Yes, sir. As you know, Snow White's been a very good friend to us, and we've had a lot of benefits and things down there. Billy's always been very good to me. We're very good friends, and I want to continue that relationship with Mark and Sandra. And we got a lot of exciting things that we'll talk about a little later. We got our cruise-ins and things like that. But anytime that I need a place to go do these fundraisers that don't cost me any money, because if you spend money, that's less you can give to the benefit.
Yeah.
Snow White has always been there.
Okay, we'll take a break right here, and we'll talk more with Tom, Mark, and Sandra in a moment here on Coleman and Company FM 98.9.
And it's now 7:48. Let's see what's happening on the roadways. Thanks, Absolute Kubota and Rental. A large inventory of new and used Kubota mowers, RTVs, tractors, hay equipment, and more. Come in Saturday. Free popcorn. Check out the new Kubota products. 1325 West Main. Now at traffic, here's Chuck.
Good morning. Checking on a possible accident 65 southbound right past Trinity Lane. It's already very heavy trying to get down through there this time of the morning anyway on 65 as you come from Madison down approaching Trinity Lane. They're still trying to offload this FedEx box truck that caught fire earlier west of town on 40 West out there around the 191 mile marker. Hey, get the lowest prices on most of your airline tickets. Smart Fares can save you up to 70% off. Call 1-800-915-2544. I'm Commander Chuck. You're on time traffic.
At Wilson Bank and Trust, financing a new home isn't just about buying bricks and mortar. It's more like helping a neighbor build and grow in life. And you won't find anyone better equipped for that job than a friendly expert who's right down the street. Whether you're looking at new construction or a home equity line of credit, Wilson Bank and Trust will work with you on a home loan that's closer to home. Visit Wilson Bank and Trust online or in person when you're ready to take your next step in life, and you'll be glad you did. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Gregory Dental in Lebanon is a family dental practice located across from University Medical Center. They offer cosmetic procedures, dental implant services, and now featuring new digital dentures. Premium dentures in just 2 appointments. No insurance, no problem. Call about our discount plan.
Hi, I'm Dr. Derek Gregory. In my office, you can count on a compassionate staff who will truly listen to you, take the time to get to know you, and discuss your personal needs. I look forward to meeting you.
Gregory Dental Group, 444-0322, West Medora Parkway across from Gibbs Pharmacy.
Coleman and Company, thanks for joining us. Our final segment here on a Friday morning as we get ready for the weekend. And we've got Tom Loftus here, who's now with the, I don't know how to say it, Loud and Obnoxious. That's the name of your group.
Yes, sir.
And you're still helping people doing fundraisers
Yes,
and this
sir.
sort of thing. And that is not the way you do this probably is not going to change a whole lot.
No, sir. We're gonna keep on keeping on. Like I don't know if you heard about little Gracie. She's a 3-year-old who has 2 different types of cancer. Sandra hit me up, wanted us to come down and maybe raise a little money to help them because insurance. She has insurance, but the experimental medication that she has to have, it's a $2,000 a month bill on her. And I'm like, sure, anytime we can help a child or the veterans, we're down to do that. But we went down there and we had a cruise in. We had a couple of cruise ins. We had like 40 cars at our first cruise in. We raised over $1,500. And then the 4th of July, they was closed. We went down the next Friday, and I know that Mark donated $1 off every large drink he sold all day long. And at that cruise in, we raised over $1,700. Is that right?
No, it's
$2. It was $2 off of every large drink, and we were right at $3,000.
Okay, $3,000. So we basically raised $4,500 for them in two cruise ins, and that's not even a show. That's just people coming, having a good time. And our cruise in is growing.
Yeah.
We had over 100 cars last week. It's kind of like a street fair. Snow White closes at 9, and we was there till midnight last Friday night, just hanging out and talking to everybody. The Jeep Club, they come out in droves. The C10 clubs, the Mustang clubs, the Camaro clubs. We're all, well, we're not going to say old, but up in our time, and we all have grandkids and kids and things. And you got to think, if that was your grandkid or your child, what would you do? And that's the way I look at it. Anytime that we can help a child, we're definitely going to try to do that with the help of Snow White.
All right, and now, and again, to sort of clear the air here, you started out here. You and a number of people were Goodwill Cruisers, and they're still around.
Yes, sir.
You've kind of left them and started your own Loud and Obnoxious.
Yes, sir.
And so there's going to be 2 instead of 1.
Yes,
It's
sir.
just carrying on. But and you interested me too before when you're talking about making those trophies, and you've already made 21 trophies
Yes,
out
sir.
of spare automobile parts.
Yes, sir. Old parts, old turbos, camshafts, springs, just whatever I can find. And if you get on our Facebook page, you can see those.
Well, they will.
want to minimize a trophy. I think we're all glad to get one. They're pretty, and if they're done right, look really good and all this. But I mean, you're being creative here and taking something that really probably has no value and making a trophy out of it. They're going to be collector's items.
Well, yes, sir. People really enjoy the homemade trophies better than the ones you get from the trophy store, because you actually are hands-on, and it's one of a kind. Basically anything that we can find that looks pretty cool, I'm going to make a trophy out of it.
Well, I think it's a novel idea, and it's extra work for you, but it's probably going to pay off.
Yes, sir. That's what I really enjoy doing. If it takes me making trophies to help raise funds for somebody in a bad situation, I'll definitely do it. And I will do it all day long if I have to.
Well, again, you were actually, when we set this program up, you were going to come and talk about this fundraiser for J.D. Foster, the fireman who got injured. And you're still going to do it, but you haven't got all the pieces put together.
Sir. Yes.
But we still had this time set up, and you didn't want to let me down.
No, sir. I'm definitely not going to let you down, Coleman. You're a very good supporter for me, and I really appreciate you taking time to put us on the air. I told Sandra and Mark we'll just come on here and talk about the cruise in. And
well, I think we ought to talk a little bit more about Snow White too, because they are the new owners, Sandra and Mark Moore. But again, it's part of the family that's had it for a long time. Billy, your brother.
Yes.
And Edie.
It's my big sister, and I want to make sure everybody knows she's older.
And then your mother was there at one time.
Yes, Ann Birdwell was my mother, and my other older sister, throw that in, also is our manager. So,
well, when did y'all actually take this over?
June 18th.
Mid-June, June 17th, I think it was. But
and Mark here, Mark Moore, has been a truck driver.
Correct.
He's learning the restaurant business now.
Jump in both feet.
Are you making any changes really? Is it going to be pretty much the same as it's always been?
Snow White will always be Snow White. Mark has added some pulled pork, and there'll be some other things added from the smokehouse. But as far as our meat and three, as far as the service and who we are, we'll stay the same.
Snow White started, if my memory is right, about the time I got out of high school, or just slightly after, 58, 59, 60, somewhere along there.
1952. Actually, 52.
52?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir. Well, excuse me. Okay. I didn't think it was that old. But anyway, it's been there at the same place, right?
Yes.
And that used to be way out of town.
I remember, I'm 53. Now Edie's really going to kill me because I've told everybody she's older. But I remember when Snow White was at the edge of town.
Yeah.
West Main was a 2-lane street.
Well, it came along, and there was Maple Hill down there years ago, and it kind of went by the wayside. But Snow White's been there all this time. There's been different people who have owned it and run it. But you've had it in your family for quite some time, haven't you?
20 some odd years. There was like a year and a half, 2 years, I think, that my family didn't have it. Mm-hmm. And then my mom bought it back. She bought the restaurant back. Obviously, we don't own the building or the land.
Right.
And then my brother took it over when she retired.
Yeah.
And so now he's retired, and it's our turn.
Well, Billy's had it for a good while, and I think did quite well. He used to work, I think I'm right, the road department.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, that's where I first met him. But then he got involved there. Now he's retired and on the fishing or.
He's getting ready to move to the beach.
Really?
He is going to the beach.
Well, Mark, this has been an experience for you, no doubt.
Absolutely.
It's a lot different from driving a truck.
It's longer hours.
If that's possible. Well, quickly here, what time do you open at Snow White?
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday is 11 to 8. Thursday, Friday, Saturday is 11 to 9.
Okay, so you're 11 o'clock. You open at 11 each day.
Yes.
And open. You close a little bit different. Okay, but most people know where you are, West Main Street there, and the area around you has changed a lot over the years too.
It has changed a lot. Coleman, this month we had a back to school kids drawing. We're going to try and do something fun every month. The next drawing coming up, all the mamas need to get ready. It's called Woo, Mama Needs a Break. So, and then there'll be a Daddies Are People Too contest. So every month or so, we'll be having something special. We are so extremely blessed at Snow White, and we just want to be able to give some back to the community.
Well, it's been a stable part of our community for all these years, and you think of the different people who have actually worked there and made their living, at least for a while, and so a great part of our community and a great history there. And I'm glad to see that you're managed to hang on. And people like Tom appreciate you for letting him and all the cars and everybody congregate there and have a good time.
Yes, sir. We're very blessed to have them on our side. You may or may not know that every week we try to do a different theme. Last week it was Billy and Kathy's retirement party, and we had a very good time at that. This week we're taking up school supplies, and we're going to give them to the local city schools, and let the teachers just hand them out because they're more aware of who needs them and who doesn't. If you got a school supply you'd like to bring down and donate, Snow White has a box, or you can come to the cruise in this afternoon and see all the good cars. And we got Lane Thomason and the Troubadours are playing, live band, people up dancing. It's just like a big old time.
All right, what time does that start?
It starts about 5 o'clock and we're there till 9. 9:30 I have some professional photographers. If you bring your old hot rod and pull it in front of Snow White with the neons on, they'll take your picture and we'll get it all over Facebook. So that's something fun for everybody to do.
Well, I think that it's mutually beneficial to both of you. You need a place to hang out,
yes, sir.
And y'all can use the publicity and the just that it brings.
Absolutely.
So it's a good partnership, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Okay. We got a minute and a half here, Tom. Again, you are going to be doing a benefit for J.D. Foster, but it's coming up a little bit later, and we'll talk about that at that time probably. But it'll be after the fair.
Yes, sir. It'll definitely be after the fair. We don't want to compete with the Wilson County Fair. As you know, it's the biggest one in Tennessee, I guess.
It is.
It's crazy over there, but we really enjoy it. And Coleman, I just want to tell you thanks for being our supporter and letting me come on here and kind of talk about what we have going on.
Well, it's good to see you. Good to know that somebody cares, and you've shown your care for a lot of people. I know you're going to continue to, and you have sort of your own way of doing this.
I'm loud and obnoxious, sir.
a way of causing people to empty their pockets to benefit somebody, and I don't think you're going to change that. You're going to continue helping any way you can.
I definitely am.
Yeah. Well, thanks for being with us today, Tom Loftus. Now loud and obnoxious. Maybe he's always been a little bit, but no, you got a very giving heart, and I commend you for what you're doing. But we're also glad to have Mark and Sandra Moore here, the new owners of Snow White Drive-In, although Sandra is part of the family that's been there for all these years, for a long time anyway. And that's going to do it for Friday. I hope you have a nice weekend, and you'll join us again on Monday for Coleman and Company. And until then, I wish you a fantastic day.